You want me to hit start broadcast?
Let's see, stop. Hello, everyone. My name is Bill Mason. I'm with Emergency Reporting, and with us today is Greg Anderson. We're going to show you today a Rover presentation from Emergency Reporting, our emergency response cloud-based notification and response platform. My name, again, is Bill Mason. I'm 33 years a firefighter, retired chief, currently a firefighter in Lanesville Fire Department in New Jersey, Southern New Jersey. 25 years of EMT, retired emergency management coordinator, and I've been with Spotted Dog Technologies, now part of Emergency Reporting, since 2010. With us today also is Greg Anderson. Greg, take it away.
Hey, everybody. I've been with Emergency Reporting for going on 10 years now, almost. I'm Senior Account Manager, and I'm your contact for any upgrades or partner APIs, as it states on the screen. And in the past, I've been a regional sales representative for emergency reporting over the Lakes area in central United States, anywhere from Texas to California to Oregon. So welcome to our presentation, and Bill, take it away.
All right, thank you, Greg. Today, we're going to show you there's two aspects of the Rover system. One, what you're looking at here, and let me click onto a live view. This is what our station display looks like. This way here, if you have a monitor, a TV, anything's connected to the internet. We're all cloud-based, so you don't need no special downloads, special software. All you need is something to get on the internet. So this will show all the basic information, what's going on. So right now we're seeing the top of the screen here. You're seeing the last 3 calls. The top call being the last one that came in, and then of course in order as they came. You can click on these different ones, and of course your mapping will change to each one that you click on. So as you can see, we have a map view. We also have a green bar, and it changes colors based on the response status. As you see that Rescue 1's responding to scene, so it turns yellow when it's in that state. Okay, and we would actually see that on the map if this map is in a different spot than where Rescue 1 is at the moment. That's why we're not seeing it on the map. Otherwise, you'd see an apparatus icon. You can actually watch it drive down the road on the map on the station portal and on your apps. You can see who's responding to station in this block. So if I was to respond to the station, my name comes up there, Greg comes up. You'll see Greg being on the other side of the country. It's going to take him a little bit longer to get here. And you see our times. Now, times start off at 5 minutes. And then as long as you keep your app open while you're responding, it will update and give you your actual time. So as you see, it just updated. The satellite's acquired my location, and it's going to take me about 50 seconds to get to the station. If I were to press scene, and we'll talk about this a little bit more when we get over to the app, okay, it will give me my time. So basically, it's going to see where you're going, how long it's going to take for you to get there, and what your qualifications are. So you can list firefighter, you can list EMT, you can pretty much make anything you want as far as a qualification. That'll automatically show up anytime a user interacts with the system. So one of the other things I want to touch base on, you'll see at the top of the page here, we have these response numbers. There's an instant response number and a response number. Instant response, these phone numbers, the dial-in portion, is designed for people who do not have smart devices. So we do support Windows 10, Apple, and Android devices, tablets, cell phones, all of those. Even actually on Windows 10 computers, you can put our app on it. Those numbers are for the people that don't have the smart device. So we can give them a number that they can call. There's several ways that they can indicate their response or their current status. So if they wanted to just go responding to station, they would just put this into their phone number. A lot of times in flip phones, it's just a speed dial number. They push, long press a number, and it calls that number and automatically puts them responding to station to whatever time that they've pre-programmed it to be. It's a static time. It's not a dynamic time because we have no way of tracking a non-smartphone. The other button, the other phone number that we supply, and these are all toll-free numbers and no additional charge. This would give you all your other statuses. So we can show you, when we get over to the app, we show you different states that you can have. So in other words, what you can be doing. So if you're unavailable, you're out of service, you're going to the station, you're going to the scene, they can call this number and this will play back, okay, and tell you, press 1 for going to scene, press 2 for going to station, and so on and so forth. The other way that those people can also interact, because we can send them a text or an email. So most of the non-smart devices can at least accept text messages. They can simply reply back to that text message, and that'll indicate them responding as well. So they have two ways. They can either call the number or they can reply to the text or an email that we send them to indicate their response status. As you can see, we also do messaging. At the bottom of the portal page here, you'll see that there's messages over here in this lower left-hand corner. Any messages that come out, we have pre-canned messages that you can pre-program into the system, or you can manually put in your message anytime you want. That's permission-based to do that. We call this our bulletin board, and you can see that. So if there's a pre-plan that's attached, you also see the pre-plan here. We can actually click on the pre-plan to see what that pre-plan is. So if I were to click on it from the portal to station, and I'm getting an error for some reason, that would take me to the link. So I'm going to switch over to the app at this point in time so we can take a look at what the app does. This is what most commonly everybody uses. The other one's just a screen that they can look at. So everything that comes into the app, so we get a call comes in, okay? If there's pre-plans nearby, if you have an ER account with us and you're using their occupancy module, we will actually tie in the occupancies, all right, directly to that. So it'll be the print page of your occupancy with all the boxes checked, okay? And that'll come over and you'll be able to hit that pre-plan button and go. We'll demonstrate that a little bit further down the line here. So it comes in, this will alert just like a Minotaur 5 pager or whatever tone you want to use. They have in here. It'll open up, okay, and you'll see the call location, what's going on, whatever's coming from the CAD, okay. This here will show up here that there's a pre-plan. So it's within the first 100 meters of the call. So that's going to display right on the front page here. If I was going to respond to this call, I would simply respond to the station, okay, like I already did, and that's showing me there. You see Greg has already arrived, okay, and I'll be en route. This will automatically show me arrived, or every member arrived, as long as they leave their app open as they're getting to the station, okay, it'll automatically show them arrived, okay, and they're there. They didn't have to do anything. Now I can manually do it like I just did right now, because I'm not driving to the station, but by long pressing on the button here. So that can be used as an on-scene button if you're too far away from where the map object is marked, which is usually 100 meters or 300 feet for approximately away from the call location. On all of our mapping, okay, you'll see this big circle. Circles serves two purposes. That shows you, one, to draw your eye to where the call is. The call's always going to be in the center of that circle where that flame is. Okay, so if we touch the flame, okay, we'll get the address of the call. Sorry, I hit the other button too. It'll light up. That's the address of the call and what the summary is that was over here. We can touch that on our mapping. So we'll actually see that as well. This also, the diameter of this circle, or actually the radius, I should say, we can change. Right now it's set to 244 meters, which is about 800 feet. Most departments carry at least 1,000 foot of supply line. So we set it to 800 foot so that theoretically any water sources within the circle we can reach with the hoses on the first truck. So right now we have 3, 4 hydrants, 6 hydrants within the range of what hose we have on our supply truck on the first one in. Now, if we needed to know real quickly how many more trucks we would need to maybe reach this one here, we know this is going to take 2 more trucks, because this full cross this here, the diameter is 1,600 feet. So that's probably another circle to reach that one. So if we want to pull from that hydrant there. So real quick and easy, you can get some ideas of what you're going to need. This helps make command decisions easier. do I have enough appers? If I don't have any hydrants, how close is my next water source? And then we can calculate that out real quick. We also have, of course, while we're looking at it in our maps, we have tons of different map objects that you can put in here. So for example, you can put solar panel installations in. So if you want to mark those and you want to put it, I don't know if these ones here have anything attached to them. Solar panels are on the roof. Now they didn't mark this one. This is in my town. Whoever put this one in didn't mark what side of the roof it's on. Is it on the A side of the building, or is it on the C side of the building, wherever. You'll see if ones that have them in the backyards, we mark them as well. Sometimes we're focused on the building that's on fire, and we think we don't see anything on the roof, but they may be in the backyard further away from the house. So we always try to indicate them. You can prop them solar icons wherever you like, and you can see them. We also do things like Knox box location. So if I scroll around on the map a little bit, you'll see over here, here's a Knox box location on this building. So this building here actually has a whole bunch of documents attached to it and other comments. So whatever comes in on your occupancies, your comments will show there. Okay, and if you touched on that, they'll take us right to you'll see the pre-plan button popped up. If I touch that, they'll take us right into the pre-plan. If I needed directions to any map object, or actually any spot on the map at all. So if I just touch an area of the map and drop a pin and hit the go button, that will give me turn-by-turn directions for where I'm standing right now to that particular location using the navigation in your device. And you can utilize any navigation you like. So if you have an Apple device, you want to use Apple. If you want to use Google Maps, you want to use Waze, or whatever navigation you want to use, you can select your choice of navigation in the settings of the app. So you can continue using what you're familiar. All right, so that would give you your turn-by-turn directions from there. So you can actually see yourself when you're responding on the maps, and you can change your map view by touching this button here. Okay, we can change the maps view from road map to satellite or hybrid. Hybrid means that we're showing street names. It's satellite view with street names. Satellite view would be no street names, and of course we have a terrain view. So you can see the terrain. We can also go and change our location of what we're looking at. So down at the bottom, you see our map positions. Right now, by default, we look at the scene. You can look at the station, or you can look around me. So if I looked around me, the map changes, and there's my icon. My name is under it because there's other stuff that's in front of it right now. But that's what you would see your users as they're coming down the map. You would actually see them, a little icon and their name. And we have different icons that you can use. There's ones for chiefs, there's one for officers, there's one for firefighters. EMS has a couple of different insignias. And of course, we have ambulances and fire trucks as well. So you can actually see everything that's on the map. So a lot of other providers that do similar to what we do just show you that, and it's the guessing game as to how long that is. Where the difference is on our system, okay, while we give you that view, okay, I can look over here and see that they've already got to the station, or that their time, how long they're going to get there. So I don't have to guess. And this automatically updates based on your user's position and speed. So if they're stopped in traffic, they're not moving, that time will be updated to where they're still sitting there. So they may be stuck in traffic. So you're not guessing, oh yeah, they're right there, they're only a block away. But they may be sitting in traffic, the road's blocked, and they can't get through. By watching the times, you can actually see that. So it's really not important to see the people and try to calculate it is over there, because we're going to provide you with the actual time over here. So some other things that we do is we show a bunch of things that we're going to show you, but let's go. Let's do an alarm. Greg's going to send out an alarm for us, and we're going to show you what that looks like. An alarm actually coming into the system, and you'll see that everything will change. Our pre-plans will change, and all of that mapping will change. The alert's coming in now, and I got to get off at this one. Sorry, because I'm already responding to this one. The call will come in, it's on the background. Okay, so I have to clear that call on myself if I'm going to respond to the next call. So here's this call here. See, it came in motor vehicle accident with injuries. There's the address. If I say I'm going to respond to it, because we have 2 active calls right now, and I cleared myself off the one, so I'm going to assign myself to this call. Okay, it's going to show me responding to that particular call right there. So as you can see, as other units respond as well, you'll see engine 3's en route. You see I'm en route. You see Greg's en route. And the times are going across. So you see the times, we're capturing the apparatus times. So engine 3's en route, okay? Once we get that, it'll log in is on scene. And then when the end of the call comes, this will go to in service. And then we can actually see everything that's going on. And that times and everything will push over into ER, and you'll be already filling your reports out for you. So that's another thing. If you're an ER customer, we can push the data directly over into the report. So we can capture apparatus times. If your CAD doesn't do that for you already, we can capture them and push them times on over. So to give an example of some of the things that's going on, let me clear out some times here. And then we'll show you what it looks like over in ER. So I'm going to click on the pre-plan right now so you can see. Okay, there's our pre-plan. So any comments on your occupancies would come up here. We touch it. Okay, it takes us right into your ER account. Okay, shows your occupancy. So here's all the information on that particular address. Okay, that you've already pre-entered, and any documents or layouts or anything else that you have in there is at your fingertips. Everybody's fingertips can see this. Okay, right directly from their app, from the initiation of the call. Okay, and then once that happens, let me switch back over, and I'm going to let Greg explain what happens going on over here in ER as it comes over to ER.
Thanks, Bill. So I'm going to expand the side menu so we can actually see the modules. I'm going to click on incidents. Then we can see the incident that just happened, so you can see your history here. But if I click on the incident and what's coming over from emergency reporting, or from Rover into emergency reporting, and we click on basic 1, you can see it's already started the call, and it's added basically everything except for the incident type. So we'll go ahead and click list, or we're able to just type it in here. So let's click list, and we'll choose from a category. So we know it's from the Rover site, we know it's a vehicle accident because of the notes. So we're just going to go to rescue. We'll call it a 322 with injuries. We'll click next. So we touch that. If you happen to have the PCR, you can click add PCR. If it's dynamic, automatically add the PCR up in the top menu. We'll click next, and you can see Rover here has parsed out a lot of the information, so you're able to pull it over. And since we're across country, bringing over, the city and the state for your account, and we'll bring over the city, state, zip code, and parse the information out correctly. But in this case, I happen to know it's Chico, California. And zip code's 95928. So I'll fill that information in there, and so on and so forth, fill in the proper information. And then we'll go ahead and click next. And it's reporting anything that is red, so we'll just back 1 level, is a required data, either set by you as an agency or set by if you happen to have an EMS count, and the Nemesis 3 defaults are you have to require CD code, so on and so forth. So you can make additional fields required in emergency reporting. So let's go ahead and go back over to the apparatus. So in the apparatus, you can see U55 came over, a chief vehicle E3, which is what I'm pulling over, has started populating. So let's go ahead and click on that. And I'll go ahead and fill from the roster. If you have your roster automatically filled out, it will populate your personnel from that, but I do that today. And you can see it's already started filling the times. So I'm going to go ahead and click next, and I'm going to come back over to the app. Either that, do you want to, since I can't see the buttons, you want to auto, actually I'll auto arrive, or put back in service, excuse me. So I'm going to take the apparatus, put it back in service. And now it's doing its thing behind the scenes. Now if I do a refresh, which I can't see the refresh button, let's go ahead and go back one step. Go forward. Let's see if that refreshes, but it will populate all the additional required times. Usually it's instantaneous. You want to click the refresh there?
Done.
There we go. Done. And then R1 showed up, but you can see how it's green there. It is auto refreshed that. And now when I click on the apparatus, it will put in here. So basically what this is doing is, if you're en route, you're doing everything that your en route product should be doing. If you filled out your roster, done everything for starting your day, you don't even need to visit this button. So this button will be all green. Everything's done. When the call is done, it's done. Also in the narrative, Rover is going to be pushing the notes over from dispatch. So dispatch, whether it's a full CAD or a basic email type of link that we have with your dispatch center, it will push over a basic narrative. And in this case, you can see what's coming over: motor vehicle accident with injuries. And a lot of this is coming from the map. So when you initially set up the Rover link, there is some mapping that you would do down here in the apparatus mapping. There's multiple mapping options you'll be able to fill out here. So once it's set up, and you just make sure all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. And when the information comes over into emergency reporting, you have basically a light product filling emergency reporting with your calls. And I did a self-dispatch. So I'll let Bill get into that more on the Rover side, but you can do self-dispatching if dispatch happens to go down for whatever reason, or if there's another reason you want to self-dispatch because of a riot or whatever is going on, because we're getting a lot of people wanting Rover because of what's been going on around the country. At least I have. But go ahead and take it, Bill, and go from there.
All right. So we're going to pull up the app again. Thank you, Greg. Looking at the app, obviously, when you look at the app, we were looking at it in landscape mode. You can do it in portrait mode. So basically, if you have your phone in your normal way you would hold it, the app would look like this. If you rotate it, okay, you can see the map on the right side of the screen. During some other things, Greg talked about some notes. Let me go back over to the Chico call. At the end of the call, we would resolve the call, okay? All right, and before we do that, I want to show you another feature that we have. You can add a note. So in addition to the narratives that comes over from the CAD, you can add your own notes, and you can add as many as you want. So I'm just going to click on that, and I'm just going to hit any buttons right now and hit post, and that locks it in and timestamps it. All right, and if I wanted to add another note, I can just add another note, okay, and type whatever I want into there and post that. So I can put as many notes, and we're pushing this data as well over into your narrative over in your ER reports as well. So you can put a lot of things. So for example, a lot of times people are using this for, if it's a vehicle fire, for VIN numbers, people, so they can put that stuff in later into the report, but it's already going to be in the narrative. So it's a really handy tool to have. At the end of the call, we're simply going to resolve the call, okay, and confirm we want to resolve the call. Now it's locked. We can go and see who was on that call. We can go back and look at it. We can see the last 10 calls in the app. So if you don't have ER and the incident module, you can do whatever this is in your paper forms as well. Go back and look, see who was there, who responded, and you get all your times and everything from right here, right from the app. All right, so we're going to go back into the main portion of the main body of the app and show you some other features that we have. So up in the top left-hand corner, let me blow this up. Up in the upper left-hand corner, you see this little envelope with, this is our quick messages and actually quick alarms. So these are pre-canned messages. So these are the most common ones. So you roll up on the fire, okay, you see it's a working fire, you hit the all hands button, and you can change this here. This is customizable by system. So your department can edit these to whatever they want them to be. You can add it. You can add to this right now. So I can just simply touch the screen and add to this whatever I wanted to do and send that. So we have this set on interactive mode right now. So basically what it does is the message, when you select it, it pops, gives you an opportunity to add to it, and then you can click to post. The other nice part on interactive is that in case you hit the wrong one, you can cancel. Nope, I didn't want it all hands. My large fingers hit that. I wanted to cancel the call, and I set up my cancel my response. You can turn off the interactive button, or you can as an admin, and these will, the moment you touch the button, that message is going and delivered. No calling it back. Okay. You'll notice on our messaging, you'll see it says bulletin board. So this message is going to post. We're going to send a text message, app alert, and email, and we're going to post this on the station display. If we don't want it to post on the station display, we just want to send it to every member, we can come in here and change it, okay? Or another group. And you can have as many groups as you want in our messaging. And all you can do is just, if you only send a group to the chiefs, for example, you can change it to that. You can have multiple groups. So you see here we have 2 groups. We're sending it to all members and the chiefs. Or I can just turn off the all members and do that there. So you have multiple choices. Now the people who have this ability is a permission base. It's not everybody has, unless you choose that. Your admin chooses that everybody has this quick message capability. You can do that. And as far as self-dispatching, I'm going to show you that next. That's over here under alarms, post alarms. So if I want to type in an address here, type in what the call is and hit post, this will alert everybody, just as like Greg, you've seen Greg dispatch that call for us for his demo there, same thing. So if your dispatch center goes off grid for some reason, whether they have CAD problems, and they do happen, you have the backup ability to do this. And if you give your dispatch center access to your web portal, they would be able to backup dispatch you for you if you wanted them to do that, if they were willing to do that. We also have some solutions available for countywide systems. We can provide a countywide portal so that they can manually dispatch anybody from any internet connection that's on our system in their county. So we also have that as a backup use as well. All right, so some other ways of messaging. We have different ways of messaging. So the people who have this ability to send messages, they can go down here and post a message. You can type any message you want in here. You also have the ability to write, because each member has the ability to choose what type of message they want. Do they want an app message? Do they want just an app alert? Do they want, they don't want text messages? They don't want emails? Every member can go into and log into the portal and manually edit their settings. You, as the person have this ability to do this, you can override their settings. So by default, set to no override. But if it's a really important message and you want to make sure that everybody at least gets a text message, okay, type your message in and force the text, and then it goes. All right, and of course you can change the group as well. Now we also have individual messaging. Okay, so our individual messaging would be over here. Okay, under users, every member department by default has the ability to message each other. So if I want to send Greg a message, I just click the send message and I type in my message. Okay, and then I hit send. Now, once I hit send, this message will go, it'll send to Greg, it'll alert him. It comes off as an alert, okay, so that he knows that there's a call that's coming in or a message, and the message tone has a different sound. In most cases, by default, you can make them anything you want. So when that comes back in, he's going to send a message back to me, okay? There's the alert, and you see there's the There's the hey Bill. I touch that, and we can continue this all day long because I can reply back to him, okay? And we can continue this all day long. Now, why does it make an alert tone as opposed to like you sending text messages, which are quiet? We do it purposely because fire scenes are noisy. EMS scenes are noisy. So at least you'll know that someone's sending you a message. So that's there. And then you can see all your logs. You have the ability to delete your messages. Also, you've seen that there was another choice on here. I can reply to all. So if this was a group message that was sent out to the entire department, you can reply to everybody that message was sent to, or you can reply just to the sender that sent you the message. And it tells you who it is at the top of the message, right here. Okay, so that's who sent the message, date and time the message was sent. There's the message. And then of course, if we touch it, we can do anything we want with it there. All right. So let's go back to our maps again. So some other cool things that we can do with the map is right from the app. This is another permission-based choice. Everybody does have the ability to go and change their view. As we showed you before, you can turn off apparatus, people, and hydrants. If it gets too busy for you, you can turn them off if you're just looking at mapping. And we also have this ability, and this is a permission-based, is to actually lock and put map objects in address alerts, whatever you like, right from the app. So you can walk up to the building, hit capture, it locks your GPS coordinates. If we leave it on hydrant and we want to switch this to, instead of a hydrant, we want to make this a Knox box location. Okay, we do that. We put the information in the summary page. You see it's typed in red. That is a required field. You put that in there. So lock Knox box location, A side of the building, left side of the front door. Keys in that will get you into where the master keys are in the second door on your left. Whatever's important to you, so you have that information. Same, the other things that we can do as well is we can mark your standpipes, your electrical, your water shutoff, your gas shutoffs. You can put building labels in if you're part of the using the Red X program, which is marking X's on top of buildings where you're not going to enter due to they're unsafe. They're not safe to go in, and no one's living in them buildings. So we're going to mark them out. There's a lot of different things that you can use as far as choices here. You can mark hazmat icons, the solar, as we talked about, truss, roofs. You can mark your landing zones. Cool thing about landing zones. So if you made a landing zone, in these summary and comment fields, okay, you can literally type in a script, if you will. It's a flat level 400 by 600 grass field, no overhead obstructions. Okay, whatever you want to, you're going to tell the pilot. This way, any member can simply touch that map icon in the app and read the script. So whatever you type in these fields here. Another cool thing as far as our map objects goes, you can come over here, and if you want to go and put your mile markers in, because there's no marking out there that had no map out there that shows mile markers. However, you can lock the mile marker. So if you select the mile marker option, okay, and then you select the field that you want to put the mile marker in. So we're going to put in the summary field. Okay, we put that number of the mile post in. You stand right next to the mile post, put it in there. All right, and then hit save. That will save that milepost. As you've seen earlier on the examples, and I think we have it on the map page right now. Here's your map mile markers. That's what I would have just put in if I'd saved it. It would look like this on your map. So we usually put them in once every mile as opposed to every 10th of a mile because it looks like a deck of cards when you're looking on a small phone if you put every 10th of a mile. But it's really easy to see where they are because no Google, Bing, Apple, nobody marks mileposts. So this is a cool thing, another tool in the toolbox that you can utilize. Some other things that we can do, we have a scheduler. So if we go to schedules, you can either, if you're career staff and you want to put your shift schedules in and let people sign up for them, or if you're not a career staff, you're a volunteer department, you want to put your work details or your meetings, whatever you like, you can create an event for it. Let's think of this as not only just a shift, shift could be an event. So if I wanted to sign up for that one, I touch it, I hit register, it will turn green for me, tell you I'm one, I can limit how many people can sign up for an event. So this is a great tool for if you have budget dollars for X amount of people to go to a specific class, you put that event in, and then you say, I only got money to go and send 10 people. I'll put 10 people there. Once it reaches 10, it won't allow anybody else to sign up for it. And I can go back and click on that, okay, and see who's on it. So as more people sign up on it, this automatically updates everybody's app, whether they got it open or not, as people sign up to this. So you can see this. In the website, on the admin side of it, there's actually a scheduler in there that you can actually manually add people to the shifts from there. You can see your, if you're using it for shifts, you can see your shortage reports, you know, who signed up, the whole 9 yards. You can do everything also from the website as an admin. All right, some other things. Now I can, if something changes and I say, well, you know what, I can't do this one, I can unregister and it removes me from that particular event. Okay, so as you can see, there's one here that says there's one of 10 people. Okay, so if I touch that, I say Greg signed up for that one. Okay, so if I registered for it, it'll turn green on mine and change to 2 that signed up for that event. Okay, so it's a pretty cool tool in the toolbox. Some other things that we have is links. So for example, all of these links here, we try to customize them to your particular location in the world. So if you have, we all put Cameo Chemicals in there, which is a great tool, saves you a lot of time. So if we were going to a job and we come up and we see a tanker on its side and we see the placard is 1075, we hit search. Okay, there's the ERG, and in 3 clicks, I have the emergency response guide quicker in my fingers and my sight than takes me to reach down and pick up the book, let alone to look up everything. So it's a very, very good tool, and everybody has this at their fingertips. Okay, if I wanted to go and see the hazmat table for it, I can do that and get that information. So all that information is at your fingertips when you need it. We also can put links into, like we did earlier this year, we put CDC COVID-19 links in right directly from them. A lot of people utilize this for adding special SOGs you may have created specially, putting it so everybody can have them at their fingertips. We also put, if it's available in your area, links directly to your electric utility. If they provide outage maps, we can give you outage maps. And if you touch on the outage maps, so if I zoomed in on this group here, and I said, okay, I want to know what's going on here, how many people are affected, what's the cause of the problem, crews have been dispatched, they expect the restoration at 4:30. More information that you're ever going to get out of your dispatch center, unless they have access to the electric company's site, they have no idea what the status is going to be. So this is a pretty cool tool in the hand and toolbox to have. Makes it a lot easier when you're on scene and people are asking, when's the power going to be coming back on? So we also put links to Fuel ER. So if you're an ER customer and you're using Fuel ER, got a link, you can lock right into it right from here. We also put the ER link in there as well. Puts you, so if you want to go log right into your system, you can put it in there. And incident command system forms are all in Microsoft Word format, so you can do your 214s or whatever number you wanted to use. All of them there are here. We actually put in a booklet with instructions too on how to do all these type of things. So if you want to use it for training purposes, this way here, you can type these in, save these for later, print them out when you get back to the station, and add them to your reports. We can put all of your 511, whatever state you are at, we can put their 511 link in. So if you want to have access to traffic cameras and any other information, and every state's different, every area is different. So what you see, this is Utah DOT. So they have a lot of cool things. So we can see live what's going on. Weather, we put links by default from National Weather Service for area in your location. Okay, so it's directly out of the National Weather Service. So you can get all the information that you want right directly from them here. If you prefer something else, you like some other weather service better, we can put that link in there as well. We also put a link into, for example, if Broadcastify has a link for your audio feed, we can do that, okay? and put it live right into your fingers. Okay. And it will put all of your audio will come directly out of that there. Also, for Android users, if you have scanner radio installed in your device, we will on your settings screen will show a launch scanner on alarm choice, so it'll automatically open up the scanner radio app in the background, so you don't have to think about going and hitting a button. So all of your members will now have radio access while they're en route to the station as well, or on scene if they have their phone with them. We can pretty much put links to anything that you like, and these are customizable, so we can link to anything that you need or want to do to give you the information you need at your fingertips. Remember, we are in the 21st century, so technology is available to give you all the tools that you need to know everything you need to know about right from the beginning of the incident all the way until conclusion of the incident, utilizing our system. And everything, being how you're talking about having all of your stuff in one. So if you're an ER customer, if you're not, you can talk to our people and we can certainly make that happen for you. So if you want to have your reports filled out, your NIFRs, nobody likes filling out NIFRs reports. As Greg showed you, we complete them as much as we possibly can. And as time goes on, there are plans to make your life easier. Our goal here at ER is simply to make your life easier and do most of the work for you. We're doing all the heavy lifting. So the more information that we can fill out for you that you don't have to do, that's what we're doing. There's a lot of stuff that's in the works right now that I'm not at liberty to discuss, but we are constantly improving the product and integrating more and more. So as time goes on, we're going to get nothing but better. I mean, we're the best as it is, but we're just constantly improving the product line all the way across the board. Greg, did I miss anything?
No, I think you did a great job. One thing that I always like pointing out is, you can do some geofencing. So if you've got a bridge out or you have a weight on a bridge, that could be part of something that you can build in the web portal where you're getting instructions to go around the bridge for, when you're going in scene. So that's always a nice feature. Search and rescue, you can put a pin in the app and, they can put a note saying, hey, I found them, and everybody is notified and they can actually walk to your icon on the screen. I think that's just an awesome feature. Other than, unlimited users, devices, as long as you're on, an Android, Windows device, or an iOS device, the app's good. And then you also have the browser, which is any working browser. So I think that you've done a great job, and I just want to let everybody know that write your questions down in the questions area, and then Bill and I will get back with you, or someone from support will get back with you with answers to your questions. So as you're watching this, hopefully you were writing questions down that we would be happy to answer for you. But go ahead, Bill.
I was going to, good points that I didn't show. For example, what Greg was talking about is if you're doing wide area searches, you simply make yourself responding. As you can see, my icon is right there. So if I touch the map right next to where I am, I drop a pin, I hit the go button. Now I can get directions from where I'm standing to where I'm at. So I don't have to describe what tree I'm standing next to. You can certainly see that right then and there. And you can actually put yourself responding and watch your icon go over toward that person. So if you have a lot of crews out in the woods looking for people, real simple ways of finding people utilizing our product. And the other thing that Greg mentioned, which bears showing you, he was talking about geofencing. Talk about that a little bit. Geofencing, and I'm going to create a new map object. So here's the cool thing about geofencing. I'm going to turn this on so I hope you can see that better. We can zoom into the map. Let me go back over to regular map mode and let's zoom in a little bit. So for example, I'm just going to draw an area. All right, so let's cover big area. Let's say I wanted to put my response areas inside of this box here, and I want to make this blue for now. Every address that's inside of this geofence, okay, if it comes up, this will pop on the front page of the app, okay, and give you an alert. and whatever is important for you in there. So if we're using this for our response areas and or mutual aid, what you got coming in first due, second due, third due, you can put all those in these boxes here, and they'll display on your app automatically under the on the summary screen. We also can do things for road closures. So for example, if let me find a cross street here. Let's do this one. I would, if I was doing this on real, I would be a little bit better at it. But what I would normally do is zoom in and go to a satellite view so I can make sure I mark the correct addresses. As you can see, I got these houses, but I didn't get all of these. So what I would do is go in and make that there. So whatever, let's say this road is closed at Church Street, okay? The Pearl Street's closed at Church, okay? And there's no access to that. So we can put that information in here. So say if the gas company or the utility company is putting a new line in, they got the road shut off, and this is a long, narrow road, and you want to get stuck in this, okay, and have to back an apparatus up because you need to be just over here on this side. So you can put your route around information in here, and they would know not to go that way and to route around it and divert. You can put your diversion instructions. You can make another one for the other side of the incident as well. And you can utilize this for many other cases. I just given you 2 examples, but you don't need to know the addresses for that. You simply just draw a box around the addresses you want it to be affected by it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, this is our contact information. Myself, there's my email address, and there's Greg's email address. If you have any questions, you can contact us directly. We can give you pricing information. Our pricing is based on call volume, and as Greg mentioned, we are unlimited users, unlimited devices. You can put your friends and family in, no extra charge, and our pricing is based on pure call volume. So reach out to us at your convenience. We'd love to help you, and be safe out there.